Coming up on the left-hand side in just a moment, we're going to go past the oldest church in London. It's All Hallows-By-The-Tower. It's actually got a completely intact Roman tile flooring in there, and that's where Samuel Pepys, the writer, used to stand on top and watch the Great Fire of London in 1666. Coming up on the left-hand side down this alleyway on the left, it's where Billingsgate Fish Market used to be. And when they left, it actually took up to 2 years for the smell of fish to go from the building, so it absolutely stank. Coming up on the left-hand side, said to be the most haunted church in London. This is St Magnus the Martyr. He said that one of the ghosts of the translators of the Bible is said to haunt the halls in there, and some actually still say that you can still hear him today. Ooh. I did that the other day and a little girl started crying, so that wasn't fun. Coming up on the right-hand side, after the buildings on the right, we have the Church of St Michael Pater Noster Royal. This is where Dick Whittington was buried, on the right here. Dick Whittington, the first mayor of London, but during the Great Fire back in 1666, the priests were concerned he was going to be consumed by flames, so they dug him up, and to preserve him, they threw his body into the River Thames. Obviously, we've never seen him since. So now we're about to go under Blackfriars Underpass. If I could just ask everyone outside just to stay seated as we go under. Nothing's going to happen if you do stand up, it's just a precaution. And as we come out on the other side, I want everyone to look over their back left-hand shoulders. So stay seated, back left. To look over your back left-hand shoulders. Tate Modern, Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, Millennium Bridge and the Shard. Over on the left-hand side of the river, see the Oxo Towers, where Oxo had their headquarters, but it was actually illegal to advertise on the River Thames. So what they did was quite sneaky, quite clever. They made their logos into windows. So when the local authorities came along and said, you can't advertise here, they said, well, they're windows, there's nothing wrong with that. It's an observation deck and 2 restaurants. The observation deck is free, the restaurants are not, I'm afraid. Now the River Thames used to be twice as big as it is now and a lot shallower. So actually in the winters it used to completely freeze over. And between the 14 and the 1800s they used to hold what they called frost fairs. They basically went and had a party on the ice. They used to have live music, dancing, theatres, food stalls, all on there, and everyone from the city used to flock to it. Even King Charles II was a frequent visitor. Obviously now it's been pushed back. It's a lot deeper now, so frost fairs don't happen anymore, I'm afraid. But there are still some indications of how far the Thames used to go. If you look to the right-hand side, you see this low archway on the right here. It's where the boats used to pass to and from up the Thames. Now coming up on the left-hand side in just a moment, we're going to go past the oldest monument in London. Cleopatra's Needle is nearly 1,000 years old, 3,000 years old, sorry. And the sphinxes on the outside are actually supposed to be guarding it or protecting it, and they're facing completely the wrong way. Some idiot read the hieroglyphics wrong, so now we're stuck with them like that. Given to us as a thank you present from the Egyptians after the Battle of the Nile. Some people think we stole it, but we didn't. It was given to us, I promise. We're now coming up to stop number 20. This is the stop for Embankment or Charing Cross. Stop number 20. No one coming down, John.
Oh, no, it's just laughing. I think you don't have the head up.
Just got on. Hi. Hello. Hello. There at the back. Hello. Okay, there we go. So now the River Thames, although it doesn't look it, it's actually one of the cleanest rivers in England. The reason it looks so dirty is because there's so many strong currents. It's just churning up all the mud on the floor there. There's over 200 different species of fish in there. And a couple of years ago we actually had a whale in the Thames. Sounds like it's going to be a joke. It's not. There was a real whale in the Thames. It's all very exciting. On the right hand side, this big white building is the Ministry of Defence, also known as the Iceberg. So there are more rooms below ground than there are above. So we're now coming up to stop number 21. So if you want to go on one of our free city cruises, you could do that from here. This is stop number 21. People coming down here.
That's right, yeah.
That's not fair because we were at 20 at the moment, or 21 at the moment. She said it was 20 the last time, I think this is next one. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be on the... But it's on this map.
So straight up ahead of us we have Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. The Houses of Parliament are made up of two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. The House of Commons are voted in by their local government. House of Lords are there by right or by birth. Now everything inside the House of Commons is green because green was a very cheap colour to come across in those days. And if you have a look to the left, you see that Westminster Bridge is green because we're on the side of the House of Commons. Well, if you were to go inside of the House of Lords, you see that everything is red. Red is a very expensive, lavish colour to have in those days. So Lambeth Bridge on the other side of the river, on the side of the House of Lords, is red. Now it's actually illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament because if you do they have to give you a state funeral and they don't want to give these out to just anyone. A couple of 100 years ago they were having a parliamentary debate and things got a bit heated and one of the MPs actually had a heart attack and died, but no one really liked him. So they took him out of the House of Parliament, dragged him across the river over to St Thomas Hospital over on the left and put on his death certificate that's where he died, so they didn't have to give him a state funeral. Sneaky politicians.
I just wanted some compensation for spending the last 2 hours working for the Queen or whatever.
It seems to change to make it illegal to die because of the stories that we made up.
Yeah, no, that's...
On the left-hand side here is a statue of Queen Boudica, Queen Boadicea, Queen of the Iceni tribe. She burnt the city of Londinium to the ground. So we are now coming up to stop number 22. So myself and John are now going to be heading around to the right towards Westminster Abbey and Buckingham Palace. So if that's where you need to go, then stick with us. If you need to go the way we've just come towards the Tower of London, you will need to change buses here. So this is now stop number 22. It's also the stop for the London Eye, the Aquarium or the London Dungeons.
No, I think because he said they're heading off towards...
Is it a big age change?
Yeah, they're heading off to the right, which is what we want.
Oh, I see.
Stop number 22. John, I've only got 10 seats upstairs and they're under the cover. So I only have seats available under the covers. There's one sort of half out there.